Call to order Connellsville City Council meeting April 16th, 2019. City Clerk, take the roll.
Councilman Keady.
Here.
Councilman Karpiak. Here. Councilman Topper.
Here.
Councilwoman Tazan.
Here.
Mayor Lincoln.
Here.
City Clerk is here. Solicitor Witt.
Here.
Okay, we're going to do stand for the pledge, and please remain standing for the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing.
God our Father, as we come before you this night, as we gather as leaders and citizens of the city of Connellsville, this jewel of the Yawk, we ask that you will pour the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding upon those we have chosen to lead us. May they be prompted only by the common good. May they strive to do what will build up this city, which will make it great again, which will bring back the past that once was so glorious, that we might have those days again in a new and different and exciting way as we go into the future. We ask a blessing upon each and every citizen of this fair town. May we all do our part. May none of us look to the other to accomplish what we ourselves can do. May we put aside our own self-interest and all work together to build up this city, that it may be all that it can be. We ask all this in your most powerful name, O Lord our God. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Okay, we're going to go right into our public comments. And first up is Is it Mike? Zach Kokenaar. Can you come up to the podium?
Hello, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. My name is Zachary Kokenaar, and I am a Life Scout from Troop 101 here in Connellsville. I would like to address the council tonight regarding my Eagle project. I have secured authorization from Scout Council to clean up and restore the gravesite area of Zachariah Connell, the founder of Connellsville. I have known since 6th grade history class that I've wanted to do this for my Eagle project. My dad and I have already cleared the area where the steps are located, leading up to the hillside to the gravesite. The steps are in bad shape, and my plan is to redo them with a railing and retaining wall. My understanding was the property was owned by a defunct organization known as the Youghiogheny chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution. However, we had discovered that the property was actually turned over to the Pennsylvania Society of the Sons of American Revolution when the Youghiogheny chapter disbanded. The Pennsylvania Society then turned the property over to the Connellsville City Council, as noted in your council minutes dated August 12, 2003. A motion was passed authorizing the city solicitor to prepare documents necessary for the transfer. I am here tonight to ask your permission to continue my Eagle project, which will make the gravesite a safe place for people to visit and pay respect to Zachariah Connell, the founder of our great city. Thank you for your time.
That was good.
Good job.
Good job. You made it. You can breathe.
Yeah, you can breathe again.
Tim, now because the township supervisor, Minor, actually ran into him at an event, and he was talking about the city and the Connellsville Township assisting what we could do to help with the project. After researching this,
yeah, there's no deed that was ever transferring the property that was ever recorded that transfers it into the name of the city. This was an issue a little while back too that we looked into. So, there are some possibilities about how the city can try to, establish its title, or working with the township in particular to figure out which organization wants to actually kind of hold title to that property, and then work with you to make sure that you've got all the necessary permissions that you want to do. So the next step would be just for us to open up a discussion with the township, and for you also to present to the township and let them know what your goals are. So, between the two municipalities, we can figure out who is going to be best suited to help you out and assist in that respect. So.
I mean, when I talked to Todd, I told him, I said, well, we'll assist in any way that we can help with the project. And they're the same way. Connellsville Township's the same way. So I think that you'll have double the support versus just having the city support Connellsville Township's in on it. I mean, the reason why that's how you got our name is that grave site. So we want to make sure that it's taken care of. So I appreciate you wanting to do that because it is an important site in the city or township, in the middle island, as Vern says, the island. But so yeah, I guess what we could do is we don't have to actually approve anything. Do we have to approve anything? Or?
I mean, you guys don't need to. For your project, do you need a specific approval from city council? Because once again, the city council doesn't clearly own the property at this point.
No, I just need a approval from whoever owns the property.
Okay, so we'd want to clarify between the township and us, who's gonna.
On the county site, it still says that the Sons of American Revolution
I know.
owns this
Yeah.
site.
We'll have
What's
to figure
the default
that.
if there's no longer exists?
Would it be in what jurisdiction it lies, or?
It wouldn't even fall into the jurisdiction. It's basically whoever has superior title to it at that point.
Who brought forth a resolution to give it to the city?
Apparently it was them at the time. They wanted to give it to the city, so the city could hypothetically quitclaim deed the property
Yeah.
to establish some sort of, possessory interest. We just want to make sure that that's okay with the township. That the township wouldn't have a problem with the city doing that, since it is in fact located
Yes,
in the
Collinsville
township,
Township.
and that's the governing body, for that property really. So once we get confirmation of that, to not hold up the project, you guys could approve the project conditionally on getting the title situation resolved and after the discussion with Connellsville Township to make sure they have no objection.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
But
And
that would
basically
be,
have them do the same thing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, just preliminarily give him our okay.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to me that if you get this straightened out, that should be an Eagle project in
In
itself.
itself, yeah.
that's your bonus of your
Exactly.
project. That's crazy that there's
It
no,
is, yeah.
no.
Because this was a question several years ago too, and it was.
Yeah, because the
nobody
Rolline,
knew,
the Rolline
but-
family lives up there. They were, they first started clearing it out, and
Yeah.
John and Mike, and then we had another person come in. There actually was a Courier article about his last name Brown. Is there a Brown that
Yep.
he said it was his lineage, and he was doing something up there, and
Yeah.
then I guess nothing ever came about that.
Yeah, so it's always been an open question of who, because there's no deed, like I said, that there's the reference in that resolution that, it should go to the city, but there's no deed following up actually transferring it to the city. So, like I said, we could take steps to try and, kind of preserve the city's interest in that property at this point, but we just, like I said, want to make sure that the township doesn't have an objection to that or, create any issues there with the
Yeah, I really
township,
would,
but-
would like to
Yeah.
get Todd on the phone and other
Definitely.
township supervisors. And
Zach, do you know when their meeting is?
I'm not sure.
I don't know when they meet. I don't know what it is.
I don't know when that meeting is either.
Text him.
Let me see if Huffy's on his phone like me.
But I will get a hold of him tomorrow, and we'll start the dialogue. I believe their meeting's next week. I think your meeting's, when is it?
Fourth week?
Next month, they met last week.
Oh, they met last week.
The township did.
So they must be the second week of the month then, right?
Yeah.
We're at
Second.
County answers that.
Thursday.
Second Thursday.
I mean, I think the city is on board with this.
Yeah,
And
you guys
approve it,
could,
but
like
you
I
gotta-
said,
mean,
give conditional approval,
Yes,
with the
100%.
with the clarification of the title issue with the township,
By resolution.
or by motion, either one. Either one would work because it'll be in the minutes
Okay.
of the
And then whatever
of the meeting.
support you're looking like for asking for the city to help, whatever help out there you would want to get with Vern, our city clerk here, just give him like a list of things or, when you're planning to start the project. And we can work on that.
Good.
I'm good.
Yeah, make a motion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, appreciate it so much.
I'll make a motion then that we accept his proposal to clean out that area, Zachariah Connell.
Okay, is there a second?
Now second.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
All 5-0.
you got
You
it.
got our approval, so we'll just have to, like I said, maybe get you to go to their meeting next month. Just get the township to to give their approval, and then it should be good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jason Vandermeer.
Thank you, Mayor Lincoln, Council, for allowing me to speak. I'm here to talk about summer phys ed program for elementary students utilizing East Park. As we had talked about previously, I'm here to discuss what the program is and to get some terms for usage of the park. First of all, what the program is. I decided to start an elementary phys ed program during the summertime for our kids locally and whoever else would want to be in that program. I am a phys ed teacher at Southmoreland. I was formerly a phys ed teacher at Connellsville. I taught with the school district for 6 years. I got furloughed, and that's how I ended up at Southmoreland. But some colleagues of mine were talking about the idea, and we thought it would be great to get kids off the iPads, off their electronics, get them out into our parks, and get them into something. And some kids, they play football, they play basketball, they play all different types of sports. But with phys ed, general phys ed curriculum, it allows students who may not be a good basketball player, or maybe they're not great at a certain specific sport. This allows them to come and be active in a non-competitive environment that allows all the kids to feel like they can participate and they can be active, and they don't have that competition aspect where they might feel threatened in another area. So that's why I decided to pursue this program. I spent a lot of time conversing with Mrs. Tazan about this program, and I'm really excited to bring it to the community because I think it is something that our kids need. I think there's, my kids, I have twins that are in second grade, and then I have a fifth grader also. I ran it by them. I got their approval. They're really excited about it. So we talked to some of their friends and their parents, and it seems like there's a general excitement for it. The program will be taught by certified health and phys ed teachers from the state of Pennsylvania. That they'll all be accredited, so they're friends of mine, they're colleagues of mine, so we can put together a really good program for these kids. We'll have small class sizes with nobody, no classes larger than a 20-to-1 ratio, students to teacher. It is eligible for grades, current grades 1 through 5. We talked about, I spoke to some school board members about getting that information out to our elementary schools. I'm also friends and former colleagues of all of our current elementary phys ed teachers. The camp dates will be June 10th to the 13th, June 17th to the 20th, and June 24th to the 27th. That's what I'm asking for permission to use the parks on those days at the fees that we set. Like I said, current grades 1 through 5. Like I said, another good thing that I wanted to do too is I wanted the kids get out and use our parks, use East Park. It's one of the most historic parks that we have around anywhere in this area. I think it's a beautiful park. Get the kids out, get them moving. Also with this program in phys ed, this different sometimes in the sporting world, is we will focus also on social interactions. Building relationships with other kids in their community. I know it's a big deal, especially my daughter's in 5th grade. She goes to Con Area. She'll be going to the middle school next year. It's important for kids to meet kids from other schools, and when they get up there, I think it just really helps tie into that community aspect. So we want to focus on that as well, not just with phys ed, it's not just all about the sports, it's about the social aspect of it too, and I think that's great for the kids. So with that said, that's pretty much all I have to say. Do you guys have any questions?
Cost.
Cost For you?
No, for your to take your camp, to sign up for your camp.
Well, as of right now, we're still waiting on some quotes.
Okay.
To hear back from some insurance companies about the cost of insurance. So I haven't got all of the numbers together to be able to give a final price of the program. So I'm just going to hold off on that till I get all those numbers in. But I will post it shortly. I will be advertising at the sign over by Sheets.
Oh, nice. Are you
And-
planning on creating like a Facebook page, website?
I will
somewhere
be
that-
creating a Facebook page as well as using my own, and hopefully with my discussions with the Parks and Recs, hopefully they will be in support of the program
Of
and,
course, we can
and put it
our
on there as well.
Our city website, whatever the sign-up form would be, somehow we can make it into a PDF so people can just download it with their computer and print it out, fill it out, and
I have that just about completed. Like I
Okay.
said, the last thing I'm waiting on is just getting those final quotes from the insurance company about the liability insurance. I'm just waiting to get those numbers in, and I have a couple different phone calls out, so I want to make sure that I'm not selling it short.
how about, did the kids have to bring anything to the camp, like food-wise or drinks?
No, we're one thing I did. We'll have water there for the kids, but I just asked that they bring their own container. That's about the only thing, because with germs and different things like that. But we will have access for them to be able to refill that.
We do have, is the water, there's two water fountains now, right? The one by the stage and then one by the pavilions?
Should,
There's two water fountains that'll be active, but you'll be able to use there too.
I will also have an on-call nurse as well. So if there's any kids that have any type of inhalers or medical conditions, and we're welcoming everybody. So even if kids have special needs or anything like that, we would be accepting of those students as well.
Awesome.
Did you say the time?
I did not. Thank you for reminding me. We'll be doing it from 9 a.m. to 12 in the morning, Monday through Thursday. And if we get rained out one of those days, we will do a makeup day on Friday of the same week.
Using East Park exclusively?
Yes, using East Park exclusively, yes.
Are we discussing costs now, or are we waiting until you get to your department?
Yeah,
or?
we're still working on the cost.
Okay.
Yeah, and the resolution's just, whatever's on here, it's proposal subject to insurance cost and all that stuff.
Well, insurance is not on us. That's
No,
not nothing
yeah,
to do with
him
us.
showing on his liability insurance.
I'm saying though, but when are we coming up with the park fees?
Like, probably out by the end of this week, we need to
So how do
have
we
it all.
approve that then? We have to approve it next month, or?
The actual like use fees.
Yeah.
You could delegate that responsibility to the recreation board, and just approve the general agreement.
Okay.
Because we have that fairly standard agreement that we use.
yeah, exactly, and
Yeah.
when on the signing of the contract, and we can implement the fees.
Yeah.
So I guess you're gonna come up with some kind of contract that Jason will have
Yeah.
to sign on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the
It's basically like the
typical-
ball field.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And then am I correct in saying that if for whatever reason if I sign the contract per the terms of the agreement for the usage and we were unable to proceed with the program, would that become
Null and void.
Null and void?
agreed
That's not a
we would
binding-
agree that we're not gonna.
I'm not gonna get charged
Right.
based
Right.
on.
We're not here to. We don't want
Yeah.
to screw you to the wall.
I gotcha.
And we want this to be a positive thing for the city, which I do believe. I think you're going to get a really nice turnout for this.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think we will also.
I do. I think it's going to be great. This is kind of back in the day. The recreation department had a $18,000 a year budget, and that's what they did. At each park, every park had its school teachers. That's what they did in the summer. They
Right.
had programs in our parks.
And that's
I wish we could ever get back to that.
That's part of the thought process too, with trying to get back to that. I mean, some of my fondest memories as a youth. I mean, I went to YMCA day camp, and we went there, and it was a blast. We played kickball and dodgeball and basketball and all those kinds of things, and we had a ball. And I mean, it was just looking back, it was a good time. I want my own kids to have that experience, not sitting around the house, like I said, staring at an iPad all morning. So.
I think it's great, man. I think it's good. I think people are gonna really respond to it.
Yeah, I appreciate
As soon
it.
as you come up, like I said, it's as soon as you come up with the
Yeah, as soon as
cost.
as soon as I
that's
hear,
gonna be how they know to register,
as soon as I get a fee from the Parks and Recs about the usage, and I'll get that up there shortly. I mean, I'd like to get it up as soon as possible
Or
so people
ASAP.
can start registering. So as soon as I hear back from them and get the insurance quotes, I'll have a price together and I'll have it up.
Do you have a cutoff date for signing up?
We're gonna cut it off by June 1st. June 1st will
1st
be
is the cutoff date.
the cutoff date to register. Because at that time, I would need to know the exact number of participants.
Anything else?
There's an agenda item.
I know. Do we want to like maybe because Jason has to go? I'm out. You want to?
Oh, you
Can we
can-
like
you-
go
you
to
can-
Melissa
Yeah,
and
that's
then have
fine.
her read
Can we do that?
read the resolution and we can pass it? And
All right.
1 second, Melissa, let me get this started. That's all right.
Thank you, Father. Just wait till he's ready.
Go, I'm ready.
Go ahead. You go.
You ready to go? Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Connellsville to enter into an agreement with Jason Vandermeer to conduct summer phys ed type classes at East Park. Park rental fees will be determined by the Recreation Board. Signed use contract and liability insurance will be required in the agreement, and I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
City Clerk, take the vote.